Welcome to Stoic Flame, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we're going to talk about something that can change the way you experience every moment. How to control your emotions, not by suppressing them, but by understanding and mastering them the Stoic way. Emotions are part of being human. Anger, sadness, excitement, fear, they all visit us. But for many of us, emotions don't just visit, they take over. They grab the steering wheel and decide the direction of our life. The Stoics believed that we can't control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. That is where emotional mastery begins. Think about it. Most of our suffering doesn't come from events themselves, but from the meaning we attach to them. Someone insults you, that's just sound waves. Your mind decides whether it's an insult or just noise. Someone leaves you, that's just change. The Stoics trained themselves to pause in that small space between what happens and how they feel. Because in that space lies the power to choose a better response. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is not just a beautiful line to remember, it's a practice to live by. When something triggers you, the Stoic response is to step back and ask, "Is this in my control?" If it's not, why waste your energy trying to control it? Instead, direct that energy to what's inside, your thoughts, your judgments, your actions. Controlling emotions doesn't mean you never feel them. It means you don't let them control you. If anger knocks at your door, you notice it. You understand why it's there. And you choose not to let it dictate your behavior. If sadness comes, you sit with it, but you don't let it blind you to the beauty. They tell you something about what you value, but they don't get to decide your next step. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about how much of your emotional storm is created by your own mind. By replaying the past, by imagining the worst future, by telling yourself stories that make things heavier than they are. If you want to master your emotions, you have to master the stories you tell yourself. Instead of, "This is unfair," try, "This is life, and I can handle it." Instead of, "Why me?" try, "What can I learn from this?" A Stoic doesn't run away from emotions. They sit in the middle of them and observe, as if watching clouds pass across the sky. You realize that every feeling is temporary, just like every cloud drifts away. The anger that feels like it will burn you forever, give it time. The sadness that feels endless, give it space. The joy you have now, cherish it, because it too will move. This awareness makes you calm, because you no longer see emotions as permanent prisons, but as passing guests. When you practice this, you stop reacting impulsively. You stop sending the text you'll regret, saying the words you can't take back, making decisions in the heat of the moment that you'll pay for later. You replace reaction with reflection. You replace impulse with intention. You respond instead of react. Life will keep throwing challenges at you. People will disappoint you. Things will break, plans will fail. But if you remember the Stoic truth, that the event is not the problem, your reaction is, you'll find that nothing can shake you for long. You'll still feel emotions, but they'll pass through you like wind through an open window, without knocking anything over inside. And that's the heart of Stoic emotional control. Not building walls around your heart, but building a foundation so strong that nothing outside can make it collapse. It's a daily practice. Every time you feel triggered, ask yourself, is this in my control? What's the story I'm telling myself? And what response will reflect my best self, not my worst impulse? This is the kind of control that doesn't just keep you calm, it makes you free. Because when you are the master of your emotions, no one else can be the master of you. But let's go deeper. Why is it so hard to control emotions in the first place? Because we live in a world that trains us to react instantly. Notifications, comments, breaking news, everything is designed to grab your attention and pull a reaction from you. The Stoics lived in a slower world, but they faced the same human challenge, the mind's natural tendency to jump, to judge, to explode without thinking. Epictetus taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you let every small thing disturb your peace, you're handing over your life to circumstances and other people's moods. But if you pause, breathe, and choose your response, you take your power back. Start noticing the gap between the spark and the fire. A person says something insulting. There's the spark. Your mind begins to heat up. That's the beginning of the fire. The moment you notice it, you can choose. Will I pour fuel on it with my thoughts? Or will I pour water on it with understanding? The Stoics were masters at catching the spark before it became a blaze. They practiced this through what's called premeditatio malorum, imagining possible challenges before they happen. For example, if you know you'll face criticism at work, you prepare your mind in advance. Today, I might be judged. If something is bothering you now, imagine yourself 5 years into the future. Will this moment matter? Will this problem still hold the same weight? Most of the time, the answer is no. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that time swallows everything, the good, the bad, the painful, the joyful. That thought alone makes present emotions easier to handle. And when you do feel overwhelmed, remember that nature designed you for resilience. You've survived every difficult emotion you've ever felt so far. Every heartbreak, every fear, every frustration. You're still here. That means you are stronger than any wave of emotion that rises inside you. The Stoics didn't aim to be emotionless. They aimed to be unshaken. They embraced joy, love, and gratitude deeply, but they didn't cling to them. They felt sorrow and loss, but they didn't drown in them. ... They knew that control wasn't about locking emotions away. It was about guiding them, like a skilled sailor guides a ship through storms. The waves are not the problem. Losing your grip on the wheel is. When you live this way, people will notice a change in you. They'll see you staying calm when others panic. They'll see you choosing words carefully when others lash out. They'll see you smiling in the face of setbacks. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you trustworthy, steady, and wise. So the next time your emotions rise, imagine Marcus Aurelius standing beside you, reminding you, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Let that guide you. Feel the emotion, acknowledge it, but let reason lead the way. In the end, controlling your emotions is not a one-time achievement. It's a lifelong discipline. Some days you'll succeed, some days you won't. But every time you choose calm over chaos, wisdom over impulse, you are living the Stoic way. And with each choice, you become unshakable. Now, let's take this even further. Controlling your emotions is not just about surviving bad moments. It's about living every moment with clarity. Imagine you're in an argument. The other person raises their voice. Their words are sharp. Their tone is harsh. The easy path is to match their energy, to throw back the same anger. But the Stoic path is to remain steady. Because you understand this truth. A person who loses control of themselves has already lost the argument. The same principle applies to fear. The Stoics knew that fear is often just a story we tell ourselves about what might happen. If you remove the story, all that's left is the present moment. And the present is almost never as bad as the mind makes it seem. By focusing on now, you dissolve the power of imagined pain. Even with joy, control is important. Without it, we overindulge, we cling, we fear losing it. The Stoic way is to enjoy fully, but hold lightly, so you can remain at peace whether joy stays or goes. That balance is what keeps your mind free. Every day gives you chances to practice in traffic, in conversations, in disappointment, in unexpected news. Each time you choose to control yourself, you build a habit, and habits become character. Over time, you'll notice that what once shook you doesn't even move you anymore. That's when you'll realize you're living with the same unshakable calm that the Stoics wrote about centuries ago. So remember, life is short, emotions are temporary, and your mind is yours alone. Guard it well. If you found value in this message, I invite you to join me here on Stoic Flame. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's keep learning together how to live with wisdom, strength, and peace in a world that's always trying to pull us away from it.